Hello YouTubers, what we are going to do today is we are going to make some stickers on Cameo 4. Now, to make these extra special because they're Christmas, we're actually going to foil them too. We're going to foil them with a laser printer and some foil. You can follow along. If you don't have a laser printer, you can do this with an inkjet printer and just keep these in colors if you want to. But if you have a laser printer, it's kind of a fun little trick to get a little bit of shine for your Christmas cards. So, let me just show you what you need. Alright, so I'm using sticker paper today. I got it off of Amazon. It's actually meant for shipping labels. So it's a full sheet, 8.5 by 11, and this is good for inkjet and laser. It's 100 sheets for about 14 bucks, so pretty good deal. They're also matte, so they're not a shiny, glossy paper. Now, be careful. Not all labels that say they're for laser works with this. I don't know why, but I wanted to do some clear stickers, and this is what I got. So, this paper does work. This clear paper from Avery did not work, even though it said it was a laser. It works on laser printers, but it doesn't work for this foiling trick at all, as you can see. So some kind of sticker paper that's meant for laser printers. I have a little brother laser printer. It's the cheap one. It only prints in black, and it's primarily used for this. It was about $100. I got it on Amazon Prime Day like a million years ago. And it works great for this. So you have that. And then some kind of foil. This is called Heat Reactive Foil, Toner Foil, all of those kind of things. You can also use the foil that comes with foil quill, but it's really expensive, so I wouldn't recommend it. But this is the crafty foil. The Deco Foil will work too. The Heidi mink foil will work as well. So any of the foils will work. And then you're going to need a laminator for this as well. I have another cheap one from Amazon. But any laminator kind of do. You might have to figure out what your settings are, I guess, for your laminator. Like I have to run mine through twice, so you might have to do that for yours. Some can just run through once. So it might take some trial and error to figure out how to get like a good coating for your printer and your laminator. So, but this will be a free file up on my webpage. I'll show you how to set it up in the software just to show you real quick. I have longer videos where I drone on about all of this if you want to see them. But I'm just going to go through it real quick and then we'll print and laminate. Alright, so we're in Silhouette Studio. I have my file already set up. Under page setup, I have it set up. It says custom, but it's just a standard piece of paper, 8.5 by 11. And then I went over to this and I turned on my registration marks. On, off. Over here, I also turned on my print border and my cut border. And so that's what these are. You can't put anything too close to any of the marks that the machine's going to have to read, or these hatch marks. They're not going to, the machine can't do that. Also, so what I did is I had a circle and I made an offset around it and then put in my fonts. And then I put another circle around it, and that's going to be where we cut. Like I said, I have longer videos if you want to know more about this, but this is just kind of a standard print and cut. And then we're going to kiss cut with the Cameo 4. Now, I've already got the settings already done in here, but do know that when kiss cutting is kind of tricky because you don't have a lot of room for error. Like the HTV, you have a lot of room for play because the carrier sheets and stuff. So with the kiss cuts, it's kind of tough. So what I would really recommend is when you get your when you get your paper for the first time, is to just draw circles and go play with your settings and get them just right. And just understand that there's a piece of paper that you're just going to have to sacrifice to get your settings just right. And then I would do that or test them every time you go to cut to make sure that you're not cutting out your circles all the way, or you're not cutting them out enough. The kiss cut for stickers is a bit tricky. Also, print and cut, always buy extra if you have to print and cut. It's a bit of a tricky monster, and sometimes it can just be a nightmare if it wants to be. And sometimes walk away. It'll be okay. So All my circles are what I want to cut. And so they're already turned on. If they weren't, we could just click them. And for whatever reason, they're coming up cut edge. We can cut them. Oh, that's why they're cut edge. Because if we do cut, it'll try to cut all of that, and I don't want it to do that. So cut edge. And then I came up with a custom setting. It's actually a blade of 1. It's a blade of 1, a force of 14, and a speed of 8, and then 1 pass. We probably actually can bump that force down, but 14 will work. And then we're going to put them through the machine, and the machine will come and read all the marks, and then it will cut them. Now it's saying unavailable. It's not. If you come down here to the little machines, we are working on the Cameo 4 today. And so that's why it'll stay ready. Well, I got a little ahead of myself. Before we can cut it, we have to print it. Oops. So I'm going to do file and print. And then this is my brother. I'll leave a link down below to where you can get this free file and the printer that I have and foil and all that stuff. So, but this is the brother. And then it's just going to print in black. And then I have these little lines. I have the lines set to a point of 0, so they will not print. They will not print. So, all right. So file and print. And it'll take it a minute. All right. So I printed, that's our printed out paper. And I put it on, this is actually a high-tech mat, but it's not high-tech anymore because it's been used a lot for like the felt and the leather. So I just have been using this one as a regular mat. But you're going to want a fairly sticky mat. Not like a way sticky mat, but a mat that actually can hold this. If you do tape, make sure not to tape around any of the marks because the machine might try to read them as registration marks. I do have this loaded. I have the biology book. The good old biology book is under here. I use it to make this a little bit more level because of the built-in roll feeder. It sits up a bit higher. So I have about a 2.5, 3-inch biology book that sits under here to make it level. I'm using the ratchet blade and the adapter. I'm not a big fan of the auto blades, but you can use an auto blade too. Just make sure the software will automatically detect it in the Cameo 4s. Also, you can do this on any of the Cameos, 1, 2, 3, or 4. So what's going to happen is the machine's going to read these and make a bunch of funky noises, and then it's going to cut. Hopefully all where it's supposed to. Alright, so you get it all cut out, mostly where they're supposed to go. Now you're going to peel it off your mat. And like I said, you'd probably do a little bit less force. It's right there. Now I like to use this thing. I don't actually really know its name. Thermal folder, some kind of thing. And basically it just holds your foil onto your piece of paper, because the first time it goes through the laminator sometimes occasionally wants to eat it. So this just kind of makes it a little bit easier. So I'm going to take my foil and just roughly cut it to size. This is also a good thing for scraps if you wanted to do that, because you can make every sticker a different color if you particularly wanted to. And you could cut off or reuse whatever doesn't adhere to the foil the first time. Or whatever foil doesn't adhere, you can reuse that. So I like to have it all lined up at the top. Foil by itself doesn't like to feed through the laminator, so try to keep it kind of lined up with your paper up top. And then put it in here. And then we'll go over to the laminator, which I have turned on and warming up. Alright, so we are over here. This is my laminator. I would recommend that you get the wider ones. The narrower ones just are really restrictive, and they're really fairly cheap. So I've just turned it on, and we are set to ready. Like I said, it's an inexpensive one, so it doesn't have a lot of bells and whistles or things to fidget with. What I like to do is feed it through once, like this, and then take off the cover and feed it through again. That's what I found works best for my printer and this laminator. Now, some of the other ones I would imagine can get hotter. So you may just have to kind of work with it a little bit till you figure out what settings work best for you. So when you do take it out, be a little gentle because there's some static cling in here. And then just feed it through once again. Go through the edge that's lined up so that the laminator is less likely to eat. And you can see, eat your foil, and you can see where it's already stuck. Alright, so you do need to let this cool down first, and then we're going to peel. This is my favorite trick. It's almost like magic. And see, there we go. Now, if you haven't used your printer in a while, you may need to print several pages for this to work, or I like to get out the toner cartridge and shake it. That seems to help. Also, if you have low toner or anything like that, it won't work. So, and then, see, they peel right off. And you have a personalized sticker for Christmas. Isn't that cool? I also think this would be really cool for like kids, since we have to label stuff so much because sharing's not allowed right now. I think this would kind of be cool for kids for labeling all their stuff. But it's really easy to do. You could probably do a couple sheets, not in too long of time. You make them different colors. So anyway, I hope you liked. If you have any questions, please let me know down in the description. And we'll be back with another tutorial soon. Thank you for watching.